you check the children? Your little match
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Fuego here.
Rob Wolfman.
And we are continuing our coverage of Fantastic Fest 2025 with a movie called Dolly. Now, this one was intriguing to me because it was like, this couple stumbles across, weird spot in the woods with a bunch of dolls, and then they meet this character, Dolly, and Dolly wants to make the woman her daughter, essentially, and take care of her. And Dolly is really fucked up, and it's about whether or not this young woman and her boyfriend / almost would-be fiance are able to survive the encounter. That's the overall. We're not going to spoil much about this, but we'll give it a go with our non-spoilery thoughts. And overall, I think there are aspects of this film that definitely deserve commendation, but overall, I think the package, especially in the third act, they went a kind of strange, like, psychedelic route for seemingly no reason at all.
Indeed. Yeah.
And it just came out of nowhere, so it was strange. So there was a lot of strange decisions made when figuring out how to approach this film and how to actually make it. So ultimately, I was left wanting with this one. Fuego, what about you?
I was probably a little more forgiving of it. I didn't mind it that much, and in fact, I borderline liked it in a lot of ways. I liked it. I mean, it's wearing its Texas Chainsaw influences on its sleeve very, very plainly, especially with you see it in the brief little teaser they have out there, the family dynamic going on and whatever. But I thought her performance was decent enough, and I did like the 70s throwback, grainy, gritty sort of vibe to it, and it just feeling dirty and grimy and just nasty in that regard. And I thought set design was pretty good, despite being a little derivative in the storytelling. I will second your notion, though, that when it decides to go psychedelic for whatever reason, it felt like it was flexing its stylistic muscles, but it wasn't ultimately necessary for the storytelling purposes. And so, I don't know, the score was good, and there's a very amusing song at the very end we'll get to in music and stuff. But yeah, overall, I would say I liked it. It wasn't anything that's like a standout of the festival for me, though. So, Robert?
Again, there were a lot of aspects that I could appreciate of what they were trying to do, and some of them they were neat enough, but I was actually pretty bored with this. I got to the point where I was kind of saying to myself, and even said to Cecil, it's either escape or die already. Too much stuff was just drug on. There were neat aspects I liked about the character of Dolly, like that like traumatic motherly kind of psychotic thing that was going on, and the actress that played it, she did a pretty solid job for being a silent character. You gotta at least give the credit on that. And she's a
moans and groans
and
body language.
Well, that's the thing. She's a wrestler too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, by name Max the Impaler and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's So she you could see she was able to do like some of her own kind of stunts and stuff like that. So I could appreciate that. But there were a lot of aspects where it was very redundant, and it's the same shit you see in every one of these type of slashers. There was nothing new, and it could have been edited down to such a shorter film. And it was just there was just a lot of unnecessary aspects of it. But overall, it was worth a watch. That's about it. Not gonna go back and rewatch it, and some people might like it. Like there are going to be fans of this type of stuff that are just like, oh no, this was a great, mass killer and stuff like that. Cool.
Yeah. And there was some decent gore in this, which I can definitely commend. Yeah.
So the story, I already covered it. Basically, a couple is hiking out in the woods, and they find this area full of creepy dolls that are strung up and everything. And the guy is the first one to run into Dolly. Has a not so great encounter, and then but survives, and
somehow
fucking bullshit
because movie
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
Are you
ridiculous?
And they drag it out.
bad. But so she the woman gets taken by Dolly to her dollhouse, which again I agree with Fuego. When it comes to production design, we'll get there. But story wise, then it's just the woman who is being kept by Dolly as a prisoner. And she hears the voice of another victim in another room that is like telling her just play along, that kind of thing. And she is just trying to escape the whole movie, and eventually almost gets the assistance of someone
the
else.
Officer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assistance from a couple of
yeah.
different
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, that's the long and short of the story, and it doesn't. Other movies have been just as shallow, so to speak, but it feels like they did even less in that shallow pool than other movies have in the past.
Yeah, because it was only around, if you
was like
don't
83
include
minutes,
credits. Well, even before the credits, it's like 75 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty brief in that regard. It was giving me vibes of. The name is eluding me, but we reviewed it on the channel. It was where a famous author shows up, and it's kind of jumping around in time. The girl gets taken into captivity by the family. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't either. But in any event, yeah, I mean, a little derivative in said regard. As you said too, Robert, it's like, okay, she's taken, and then it's trying to escape, and there's
Literally.
not much else that happens, and that was by deliberate choice in the scripting and everything. But, yeah, I mean, anything you would like to add? I mean,
Not particularly.
Yeah, because there isn't.
We kind of hit on that.
Yeah, it is pretty streamlined. So.
Yeah.
So getting into the acting, it's a very small cast, and everyone was fine. Although the cop was, I guess, he didn't really have much time to be anything but
useless.
Useless.
And that's one thing. Like I had mentioned to Cecil. It's like I don't understand the need to consistently write these characters as just complete useless cannon fodder. I don't understand it. Just for fuck it, we're gonna throw in another quick kill before the end. I don't get it. That was my gripe.
Yeah, I do like seeing Sean William Scott continue to show up in genre
Just
stuff.
random little things.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat, but
Yeah.
but it's just like Cecil and I were joking. It was like, yeah, we got him for about a day and a
Yeah,
half.
yeah, exactly. And we're gonna slap him on all the promotional material.
Yeah,
Although the other big name, I didn't even recognize it was him.
Until
because he's made
Ethan
such a
Suplee,
body
yeah.
transformation over the years that I was like, oh, that was him? I'm like,
Really?
okay.
Oh, dude, he's
I
such
was
a
like,
distinct
damn,
voice.
yeah.
His voice is.
Yeah, you can always. Yeah, he's very distinct with his voice.
But his physique, dude, I was. Just
Oh, no, he's-
which
oh,
I've known about, but
absolutely.
I'd forgotten that I just didn't put two and two
Yeah.
together initially.
Yeah,
I thought he was a foreboding presence for
okay.
sure.
And there was one scene, without kind of giving some spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way the strength of going through him was going to be like that.
Oh yeah,
There is no way. That's
Little-
a bullshit
little peekaboo
scene.
thing.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's horseshit.
Yeah, but the physicality though of that of the killer and
Oh yeah,
I
the
was
thing.
impressed.
Oh
by
yeah,
it.
she's a big woman. She's a
Yeah.
strong woman.
No, that's a strong woman.
Yeah, but again though too, with her having
I kept thinking it was
going to
be a dude. Honestly, the entire time I kept thinking it was going to be revealed as a man that was.
That honestly, but even still,
Up
like,
until one scene, I imagine.
Yeah, chomper,
yeah,
chomper.
yeah. Which honestly, that scene, like I saw it
it
coming
made
from
me
a mile
squirm a
away,
little bit, though.
but it was fucking hilarious. Honestly,
Yeah.
no, there was a scene just before that. It was between with the bowl and the bottle. Those actually made me like.
Yeah,
Like,
that too for me. Yeah,
There's not a lot that can actually like get me to gag. Certain things
Yeah.
when it comes to like now lately I've gotten older. Like there's just certain.
it's been cranked up for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
it's just certain things just get that gag and it's like, oh, I can't do this. So it's like I have to like, they even like certain noises like I'll have to plug my ears and be like I can't fucking hear it because I'm just start.
Yeah, and that's where I guess with that, the story was derivative and kind of bland and boring, but there were moments
Yeah, exactly.
of sworm-worthy stuff.
Exactly.
In
There
this
was
film.
some cool stuff, especially with the shovel
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything in the first beginning. Like there was just like again you saw it coming, we were just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And those scenes were utilized honestly very well.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
were the highlights
Those were the
of
pluses
the movie.
of it for sure. Yeah.
And I mean, we might as well just touch on the effects real quick. 'Cause,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
they're
That's
Jason.
just-
There was a lot of gore effects. There was a couple of really obvious CG gore effects that just didn't look great. And
Hidden with the film grade a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean,
Like,
I mean, a
they
little
tried.
bit.
They tried.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's overall I liked that they used practicality. The gore and stuff was fine. What I really liked more was the production design of the whole place, the house itself. But I think Dolly was a really great design. Not only because it was just a person with a porcelain mask, but it was like a whole porcelain doll's head. And not only that, but if you look at there's this gore line around the jagged edge at the base of the head that looks like it was like attached to her neck.
Well, no, it's like dug in and gouged from her movie.
No, I know,
Porcelain.
but it gives the impression.
Oh, yeah,
that
'cause it's all
that
fused
she's
together.
replaced her head with
Yeah.
a doll's head. So I liked the aesthetic. I thought the costume was cool and unique enough to be its own thing. All that Leatherface.
And with what you say about how so many times slashers have the stupidest look and there's no creativity put behind it. So
Yeah, this, I mean,
Well,
normally I hate plastic masks and stuff because they're frozen, and yes, a porcelain doll is the same, but it's a whole head, A, and B, the look does evolve throughout the film.
It does,
Well,
yeah.
exactly.
For various reasons.
yeah, because of stuff that goes down.
The costume in itself, it is a simple costume, and I will actually I do hopefully look forward to seeing some cosplays.
That'd be great.
Of it and everything. But again, like you were saying too, though, it's like as the movie progressed and like the fights and things and the altercations happen, things alter with the mask and the damages and things like. And those little aspects I really liked. And you got to see, it's like, oh shit, this is a thick fucking mask or a head that's basically been put on them. How, I don't fucking know, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we get decapitations, we get like jaws knocked off. I mean, chests basically impaled and whatever.
Yeah, we got chest bursters and shit. And fucking, but it's
the scene where the ear and like the sewing back on was pretty gross out.
It was, but it was kind of funny at the same time
because it was meant to be endearing. And
I'm just like, well, also I'm looking at it, and I'm like, fuck, it's on there by an inch. Just take the fucker off. Like, it ain't hanging on by much. It's just gonna die at this point.
But yeah, so I mean, effects were fine, except for a couple of the CG ones. The production design was excellent. Like I think that whole place, it was very well dressed. The woods looked great. The vista that the couple were overlooking was beautiful. Like,
damn right.
They did a great job with all of that for sure. It's just the story was just so basic.
Kind of
That's the
Again,
thing.
though, like it's one of those, like we were saying, like there's a lot of elements that can be appreciated about this,
Indeed.
and even like Fuego had mentioned too, like that film grain, that 70s film grain that they gave was like it, like, because that's the nice thing too, like it didn't necessarily tell you whether it was set modern.
When I saw the car at the beginning,
70s.
I wasn't sure until she broke out her cell phone, and then I was like,
and
okay.
that's the thing. And like there's little things like that. I'm just like, okay, that's cool, and it actually helped the aesthetic of the film because especially once you got into the woods of it and everything,
and the home where there's no modern technology of any kind.
That graininess actually helped to sell the
for me too
the backwoods grimy of this character. I definitely appreciated that.
Yeah,
But,
although the falling and the red,
well, that's
it
it
was a weird
Yeah.
choice.
All the psychedelic shit was not good.
And it just came out of fucking left field with a bowling ball.
Yeah.
It made no fucking sense.
And I was a little enhanced when I watched it too, and yet still it didn't do much for me.
But that's the thing. Is like I got to the point where I'm just like, escape or die already.
Yeah.
And those scenes just they did nothing, and they were just like, okay, let's just do this because we can, kind of thing. And that's what it felt like.
Maybe because she's losing her sanity from the imprisonment, perhaps. I guess, but
yeah, and I see where they're trying to do that part, but it was not delivered correctly.
No.
It was too shoehorned in way too quickly. If they utilized the audio a lot more, even on those earlier breakdowns when she was like, "Fuck, am I actually going to be able to get out of here?"
Yeah.
It would have played better into those edits that they did in the final edit.
Yeah.
I think it would have helped sell a little bit better. But
So,
that's our thoughts.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah.
Oh, I did want to touch. Fuego mentioned it briefly in his overall thoughts. I thought the score was really great.
I did too.
It set a tone even from the opening credits.
It was like a nursery kind of.
It was.
like-
I mean, there was just a
yeah.
lot of interesting things that they did with the score. It was one of the things that I remarked on while we were watching it. So I do feel that it's something that needs to be brought up here because
And-
the score was really good.
And there's an end credits country song that is actually pretty funny, especially at the very end. I don't know if you guys watched it.
No.
He's like tip your filmmakers, and it's pretty funny actually.
Okay, I could dig that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, at that point we're just like, we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're-
I'm like, I gotta
We're
fucking
ready.
be done.
Yeah.
And it didn't help
Yeah.
that the movie that we watched after that
Mm-hmm.
was honestly even worse.
Oh.
It made Dolly better.
Hmm.
It really did.
Oh yeah.
It really did.
We'll talk about that in another. video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ultimately, I actually did like this one. I mean, it didn't
Yeah.
blow me away or anything.
Right, okay.
No. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. Mixed thoughts. So,
Yeah.
as
Redeeming
always,
qualities,
make
but
up
not
your own
right.
mind on it. You know, make sure you give it a look yourself, and maybe you'll be more forgiving than Robert and I were, and you'll enjoy it like Fuego did. So, you know, more's the better for the filmmakers.
Exactly.
I never root for any filmmakers to have a bad outing. It just didn't click with me, right?
Yeah.
So that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you once again to Fantastic Fest for allowing us to cover these films remotely this year. We greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate all of our patrons as well, so thank you very much to all of you. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird,
Gracias, Jaime. Fuego.
Rob Wolfman.
and remember,
Stay scared.